Hi, welcome to Dorm Room Discussions. I'm Joshua King. I'm back after a 1 week hiatus. Today, I'd like to talk to you about two NBA players, Shaquille O'Neal and Dirk Nowitzki, and two Hall of Fame players and big men. I want to talk about how these two legends changed the way power forwards and centers play basketball and how it permanently impacted the way basketball is played. I'm just repeating myself. Before these players entered firstly we have to talk about what the game was like before these players entered. Before the big men were expected to play and dominate in the paint, dating as far back as to Wilt Chamberlain, who was so dominant that they actually had to expand the lane, and going as far up to guys such as Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and his unstoppable hook shot. And so up until then, players, if a big man was not in the post and dominating in the paint, he was unable to get anywhere in the game. And then Shaq came in, and Shaq was no exception to that. He's hailed, in my opinion, as the most dominant paint player since Wilt Chamberlain. And it was because he was so big and so strong. At 7 foot and over 300 pounds, he could just get in that paint and nobody could stop him. It didn't matter if he was one of the best players, one of the best big men, or just nobody. Nobody could stop him. And because he was so big and so strong, he made it impossible for opposing big men in the post. When Shaq offensively could not be stopped. And as a result, defensively, when opposing big men went on offense, they couldn't get a shot off. And as a result, these bigs slowly began to move out of the post in an attempt to try and get easier shots over them. So Shaq forced big men to change differently just out of necessity. But what was the impact of it voluntarily? And that leads me to big man number 2, Dirk Nowitzki. This German 7-footer showed that big men can thrive outside the arc. He's one of the greatest jump shooters in NBA history. I theorize would guys like Kevin Love or Karl Anthony Towns be at all-star level talents if they weren't consistently shooting jumpers, if they weren't consistently shooting jumpers, which I think and I believe that these big men are shooting jumpers because Dirk showed and that it is possible to have a lengthy, long, successful career. Dirk also brought in a foreign style of basketball, European, African, specifically European, that featured big men shooting jumpers, but also big men dribbling the ball more and being responsible for more passes and assists. I mean, Nikola Jokic, the Gasol brothers, Joel Embiid, Kristaps Porzingis, all foreign big men who play with a lot of jump shots, and have the ball in their hands a lot. And possibly Dirk and this foreign European style play is responsible for the rise of Draymond Green and his passing. The list goes on. And so now it's hard to say really how the future of basketball has been changed by Dirk Nowitzki and Shaquille O'Neal. As Shaq forced the big men to change and caused them to say that they need to survive based on necessity, and Dirk showed them a way that they can survive and evolve in a rapidly changing world and sport. And so now what? Will there be a rise of paint big men? I don't think so. We will never see another Shaq. And I think that the way those two players have irrevocably changed the landscape of basketball. This has been Dorm Room Discussions. I'm Joshua Gingrich. Have a good day.